Send a like, guys. Send a like, send a comment. Bomundi amuchwangi chikafo. Asikazwe, muliuli asikazwe. Walia Piri, how are you guys? Send a like, send a comment. No job, bukachiteni apply ama visa yomkese mkubomba. Kuno efatwali bomba kade fwe bambi. Mwamfa. It's raining. We thank God. We thank God. Send a comment. What are you doing, guys? Kelvin Mulishani. Send a comment. Send a like. Pakutiba Facebook. Watuchite promote. Please, please, please. Send a comment. Send a like. So Facebook can promote our page, guys. Wetuanaka. Dramas after dramas. Hi guys, welcome all the new followers. Welcome to the page. Share with somebody, tag with somebody. Welcome to Queen Pumi page. We talk about trending stories, obviously. We talk about trending stories. We give checks and balances. I'm a human rights advocate, so we do everything here on this page. We try to have a good laugh when we can. We also discuss serious matters when they arise. Otherwise, good evening, good evening. It is 13 hours here, Pacific Standard Time, West Coast, California. So, kunoka suba, it's lunchtime. Yes, I see you, Babisa. Welcome. Share in your groups. We are talking about the trending story. There's always something new, guys. There's always something new. So we'll be here. We'll be talking about trending stories. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. Don't shoot us. Zambia is a democracy. We can discuss topics. We can discuss things that are happening. Mwamfa. Kasama in the house. Yes, good to see you guys. Let me just share and then we get started. We got a couple of issues to discuss today. Trending stories. I wanted to talk about this thing where the government is paying minor children when they get paid. When they get pregnant. The main topic I wanted to talk about the government paying minor children when they get pregnant, but I'm yet to get all the details about this program. So if you have any details, please share me the information or the act of parliament which was enacted to say pregnant girls, minor children can get paid for getting pregnant. And myself, this it didn't sit well with me. Underage children apparently this was approved and is currently happening. So this, guys, is not sitting well with me, and I think that will be the last topic that I want to discuss. I want to discuss the issue of the government paying underage children an allowance once they get pregnant. So we are going to look at the pros and cons of doing that. And also if this was debated in parliament and why did they decide this? Because for me, it's unsettling, it doesn't sit well with me. So that is the main topic of the night, which we'll talk about at the end. But before we get to that main topic, let's talk about Benda Matako, Nyash. I woke up today as usual. And I just saw this topic is trending on social media. I'm like, oh my God, really? So I'm just going to play that tape so that you hear it. We are not making up stuff. And to you, a praise singer, you are like, you know, praise singers, you condemn us, but we are talking about what is happening on social media. You know, in Sakayari Chinjanomba, people discuss these topics on social media. So we are going to talk about what's happening on social media. Nobody will stop us from sharing information. So let me just play the tape, which has really rocked the country, and then we'll pass the comments after I play that tape. Yes, so invite somebody, tag somebody, guys. Invite somebody, tag somebody. Let us debate respectfully. Yeah. Otherwise, welcome new followers on the page, or top fans, everybody. Moisen Mukwai. Tag somebody. Let us talk about Iria Shiria Benda Matako.
Hanga. Mwaga wanzala. Unomwaga ndi Benda Matako. Unomwaga ndi. Unomwaga ndamba kuchani. Unomwaga ni. Ihimatiswewa. Mwakuta. Mangole asulu mwamana ukuta. Ihima mwiyobola bwaja. Mwiyoga yoga amagala bali alibi bani. Mule iwa bantu. Ulalanga bantu balangwa mwidamu mwihumu bantu. Not make a supernormal prophet in the time of hunger. Mwaga wanzala. Unomwaga ndi Benda Matako. Unomwaga ndi. Unomwaga ndamba kuchani. Unomwaga ni. Ihimatiswewa.
Okay, so that is the audio, guys, and you know, we are here to say that is our president. I don't know where he was at some traditional ceremony, and he was talking in a I don't think it's his Tonga, maybe it is Ila. I don't know what. I am Tonga myself, but that is not Tonga from my area. I don't know which part of Southern Province he was. But this is a serious case. I've seen a comment there to say, am I a comedian? Do I look like a comedian to you? This is the thing with this, with some of you people, you don't know where to draw the line. You can't condemn a bad thing. Now, that is the president who was talking using language which is like bordering on insults or vulgarity, you know. In the State House there, when the president is going to make a speech, we have people who are employed to write the speeches for the president. And Zambia, we are 72 languages. So, we have adopted English as the official language. Now, my question is, why can't the president just use language that everyone understands? Why does the president always use, even when you know he's been to other parts of the country, he's used certain languages, and people, after he said what he said, there was a big controversy about the selection of words he uses. Now again, he has used a similar language which has gone viral, you know, instead of talking, interpreting. Now, instead of people looking at the message, what he was saying, we are all confused because not everybody understand that parable or riddle. Why can't the president use simple English where everyone understands what he's saying? This is what we are saying to say, as the president, he must use simple English where we all understand what he is saying. And even if he uses his language, whatever language, why doesn't he have an interpreter to interpret whatever he's saying in that language into English? Because a lot of people, they are confused to say, what does Benda Matako mean, you know? So it's really sad. We are sad as a country that we have a president who's always using language which is bordering on insulting. And you know our languages in Zambia, some words in certain tribes, they are insults. Some words in certain languages, they are not insults. So why can't the president use language which is not insulting? Or where he says something and then people are asking themselves, what did he mean? So that aside, the other thing that I want to talk about is the president promised us 3 meals a day. So now, according to that Benda Matako, the people who have interpreted it, who understand that riddle or parable, they say it means it is used in the time of drought to say you have to be whatever, you have to be resourceful or don't be wasteful, you know. He could have just said in simple language, even in Tonga or whatever language, you could have just said don't be wasteful because this is a time of drought. If you have leftover food, don't throw it away, keep it so it can last 3-4 days, you know. So that is that, guys. Like, we are not happy. Imagine, you know, that tape. If us Zambians, we are misunderstanding it, what of other people from other part of the world? What do they think the president saying such language? Matako. Matako means bums, muchisungu. So, Elia Shirio, for me personally, I'm not happy. That topic leaves a sour taste in our mouth again. Again, it's another controversy. It's controversy after controversy, you know. So when is this going to end? You know, there are no presidential advisors there in the State House to advise the president to not to use certain words. Or if he does, let the interpretation be made straight away so that we don't have situations such as this. Yes, so Elia Shirio. Ba pressing amuli bantu fye na imwe mukana kwa kudefenda. Mukana kamuli bantu fye. Apapene mwale defenda fimbi. Lelo mule defenda fimbi muli bantu fye. I feel sorry for you. I really feel sorry for you. And then the other thing is the president talked about TikTok. You have seen the president was saying that no, abantu Muzambia ngababuka fyoluchelo bali pa TikTok all day, all night. You know, the president has said something about TikTok. Let me play it.
Because he knows time for him is up because of TikTok. Listen to this video. Why now is blaming Zambians on TikTok, saying, no, Zambians, you're too much on TikTok. There's a reason why he's afraid of Zambians being on TikTok. Listen to what he says, then I'll tell you the reason why he is afraid of Zambians being on TikTok. Who are talking every day, every night, TikTok, 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 every day, every night. Chungulo, TikTok. Akasuba, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Eh? There you are. He's afraid. And he has got every right reason to be afraid because if TikTok continues the way it is working in Zambia, 2026 akainde, kuyabebede, for simple reason. Number one, TikTok is more interesting now than Facebook, where Akainde and his people are. There it's boring. They were capitalizing on ZNBC. ZNBC also is boring. They should ask themselves, why are the youth watching more TikTok because TikTok is fun, it's easy to use. Number two, TikTok offers more privacy. President Hakainde Hichilema is aligned with the West, and they are the ones that own Facebook, and that's where he had put all his eggs. He was campaigning in 2021 using Facebook. Now he's failing to campaign using TikTok because it's owned by Chinese, and they don't give him any preferential qualities there on his page. No one follows him, no one listens to him. So now he has realized that as long as there's TikTok, people are talking on TikTok. Number three, TikTok offers more security. People are able to watch, choose what they want to watch. They are able to feel safer on TikTok. No one is arresting people too much on TikTok. Here he has intimidated people on Facebook, but on TikTok, there he is losing it. If I were President Hakainde Hichilema, I would work hard to make sure that I make ZNBC available to the youth. People there are bringing out true issues. If you never carry there you can't lie to people on TikTok because their information tap is coming. And us when we come in, who appreciate the Gen Z, the new generation, who make sure that TikTok is not just blamed, but it is used constructively as a tool for development. You can have information shared on TikTok. You can teach each other on farming, education, and so many things on TikTok. So Hakainde, you are just a fossil, old-fashioned. TikTok is a good tool in the right hands. Make sure you have programs that you can even put on TikTok. Don't just blame people, insult people for being on TikTok. There's nothing wrong, and you can't intimidate people to leave TikTok. It is their right. It is their constitutional right. And as economic freedom fighters, Zambians, keep talking. Use whatever medium you want. This is Zambia, and you have the right to be heard, and no one is going to stop you. Wherever I want to go, our feet will take us there. Thank you.
That's President Kasonde Mwenda talking about the president's comment on TikTok. TikTok is a force to reckon with. Mwebantu TikTok afunishepo Trump. TikTok afunishepo Trump. Ero ku TikTok takwaba masensa mingala toshija bachita kuma Facebook ku TikTok takwaba. So bonse we go on TikTok opoto ya mukuisha. It is easy, like a pineapple page, and I can't have people, I can't have a discussion. Katushefo bachitabara broker abantu kuisa pa page, but ku TikTok tule sura para peni bulacha tulelanda pieriash. So mwandi niwa Hakainde, too bad for you. Otherwise, let us continue. TikTok is the way to go. It is free. Joining ama page tabata, they can't censor bala filwa uchita censor TikTok. That's why kuno kwa America TikTok ni yali kwa tama problems walafa ukuyisala muno, but bali filwa because they can't track people. But pa Facebook balata track abantu no ku block abantu and do a lot of stuff mukuchita censor Facebook. So bane, as we are still here pa Facebook twali ku kendemba nomba yabakulya. Yes, Edia Shirio. So number, coming to my main topic of the night. My main topic of the night is this thing about teenage pregnancies, because twalimfuatiwa government wale folesha abaiche underage children an allowance when they get pregnant. And so this is very disheartening to me as a woman. I just think to say, if I got pregnant when I was 12 years old, would I be where I am? Or all of us women who are successful, who have careers, who are doing big things, if we got pregnant at 12 years old, would we be where we are? This question I want to ask directly Kudiba Madam Mutalena Lumango, because she's part of this government who has made this decision. Madam Mutalena Lumango is the vice president, and she's part of the government who made this decision to be paying underage children allowance after they get pregnant. My question to you, Madam Mutalena Lumango, if you were Mutalena Lumango, you got pregnant in grade 6, because 12-year-old, grade 6, grade 5, they are not even teenager. So Is a question, Madam Vice President, if you got pregnant in grade 6 or grade 7, would you have been a vice president of Zambia today? This is serious, guys, because I think this is not in the best interest of us as a country to be paying minor children an allowance for getting pregnant instead of introducing other things to stop these kids from getting pregnant. We are quick to pay them allowances when they get pregnant, instead of introducing things like comprehensive sex education, access to contraceptive, parental involvement, empowerment programs, community support, promoting abstinence. Zambia has been quick to start paying our youths money to get pregnant. It is a shame. This is actually dumbing down a community. It's like relegating our female children to be baby-making machines. It is a shame. This money they are paying to underage children, why don't they start programs, after schools programs? Me, when I was growing up, we had youth, we had YMCA, we had youth programs, after schools program, where children can go and learn things. But now they have introduced free education, where children are spending 2-3 hours to school, and then after school, these kids, they are having nothing to do, and their pregnancy rate has increased. They are starting to pay money. Why not take that money, muleli pirabana, and create programs so their kids can be busy? Teach them abstinence, family support, talk to the parents. I know this is a problem everywhere in the world. We have teenage pregnancies and underage pregnancies, but this approach of paying minor children directly to the children is wrong. If that's the case, then what they should do is, if an underage child gets pregnant, they should pay that money to the parent who's or the guardian who is supporting that underage child. This is what happens in countries where they have child support programs. They don't have national policy to say when you get pregnant immediately you start getting money. No, they have programs to make these children abstain from sex. You know, if it happens, then the child is put in a protective or whatever. The parents or the guardians get the money. How can you be paying a 12-year-old or underage child money for getting pregnant? It's like you are promoting our young girls to be pregnant, and you are actually killing the future of these girls. Yes, an adult, yes. If an adult gets pregnant, yes. If an adult gets pregnant, yes. Because an adult now, can you say a 12-year-old knows what they are doing when they have sex? They are not. These 12-year-olds, they are actually being raped. How can a 12-year-old get pregnant? Who is making these 12-year-old girls pregnant? Who? Ulepela abana abanonwa mafumo ni nani? Pantu abana beka teti bapela ni ya mafumo. A 12-year-old boy and 12-year-old girl teti bapela ni ya mafumo. We have, the thing is, we have grown men, sexual predators raping these girls and making them pregnant. And now if these grown men make these girls pregnant, they are supposed to pay for that pregnancy. We should have a system in place where if that person who has given the pregnancy is an adult, they must be responsible for that pregnancy. Unless if the two people involved in that pregnancy, if they are both minors, then the government should come in. Why is the government put a blanket statement to be paying for pregnancy for everyone? Nangu mukuru wa pere fumo. Umwana kashi ngakwate fumo bambo kulipiro umwana kashi. Ero kulia abana abanono owo mulepere mpia. I didn't even hear this thing go through parliament. Now umfilete achiwa balalipire mpia. Eh? It is wrong. It is wrong at every level for the government to start paying child support to underage children. They should find a better way to address these problems. Teach abstinence. These girls are young. A 12-year-old to get pregnant and then mwamubika na parista tule folempia. Why can't they teach abstinence and the programs for these girls so that they stay away from sex? Sex didn't start today. We just sex yamba muri ba UPND sex. Eh? Imama UPND sex yamba lero, because even me when I was growing, sex was there. I remember my parents telling me, Bambonati, I was in grade 5, utuma bere tuambok mabatata baninjikalika punch na bamayo. If you want monama bere ngwambo kulangala na ba umeukemita. Elonga wa imita ininka kutante panopanganda. Why can't we practice sex education, educating these families from our homes? But instead, this government is quick to start paying aba no for getting pregnant. Eh? It's like you are rewarding small babies to get pregnant. It's actually a crime against humanity. When you look at the human rights, because girl child are a protected species. Girl children need to be protected. So it is a crime for this government to sign off paying underage children who are pregnant. Why are you not protecting those girls so that they are not pregnant? Why? In fact, Milan, in developed societies, the parents have to be questioned. How did you let a 12-year-old girl get pregnant? Who raped that girl? Milan. Because abana bano no 12-year-old tetwapera ni amafumu. Padi aba omiaba kuru abalepera abana amafumu. Number those men abalepera abana amafumu, they must be responsible for those pregnancies. Not at government. Ile repeated abantu abakuru abalepera abayicha amafumu. Area shirio. Era mu 2026 tukesa fifunyapo. Fyakula pera abana banono, ukulalipira abana na banono amampia bale amkula imita bale fyala abana. Mule onaola ma future abana. What are those children going to be? Umwana ngambo kufyala padi 12 years old. What is our life going to be? You are relegating children to the past. Katwishinga ni past ya kuiso. Kona nangu muma traditional societies. Umwana nga firiafine, they were not rewarding. Nga wapule fumo, kuku kadipira tawakabwe kishepo. Nomba mlebula abana mleba foresha. Apule fumo mlemwa mubika papeiro. Arefola. Nga ba mupere fumo ni banani. Because abana no tabaperesha nyama fumo. Eh? Anyone under 16 years should not be on government payroll for getting pregnant. It must be investigated. Who made her pregnant? If it is a grown man, that grown man must be responsible for that pregnancy. Techimubule nomba. Abantu bale pera bayicha amafumu nomba mambo kula foresha abana impia. Is that normal? Abana bafiro kuba maskulu. So nomba na chari boboka. Uma onza kuya mkula fwaya abana aba nomba, they are not even caring. Balela la fechila lilale abana babere nokuba pera amafumu. Na geshwati nangu bapero mwana wabere ni fumo government ikala mforesha. No. Uwa pere fumo must be responsible. Ewa nomba abana aba no inechi nkadipe is ruining destiny. You are ruining the destiny of these young girls who you are dangling money, promoting them to be sleeping around and then paying them money when they get pregnant. What should be happening is you are supposed to empower these families. Pump more money to families so that families have more money to take care of these girls, so that these girls They are kept busy at home, and the government should pump money into programs for the youth, after schools programs, so that they are being educated, after schools programs to include sex education, to make sure that these girls build a future for themselves. Abantu balafyala napama 40 years afyala omwana. Nomba omuntu amba okufyala 12 years old. She's being exposed to adult life, to all the social diseases and all the problems that come to being a parent. A 12-year-old is a child herself. She needs to be cared for. So how do you expect a child to take care of another child? How baneta mtonton kenye bwino ba UPND tamtonton kenye bwino. This plan of yours, it is a flop. And when the government changes, we have to revisit this. We have to revisit this issue of paying minor children money to get pregnant. It is really a shame. It is actually laughable. I'll tell you a story. I posted on my page a few days ago that I have 3 daughters. America. And you know, every year you go to a doctor's appointment, so abananga bakwanyama 9 years. Actually, they meet with the doctor, physical, but doctor kushana na nomwana bambokula mulondorela about sex and whatever. They educate them about sex and the need to protect themselves, not to get pregnant, to abstain. That is what we need to do. These kids need to have, we need to have educational programs where kids are told, of age, they meet one-on-one, not if you're in my classroom. Mu classroom na any level imbi. Meet with these kids, tell them how old are you, have you started menstruation, bala tutamfya moifwe muma doctor's appointment. Kunonde nebe fichitika kuro inela kushaba na batatu kwa America. Ero na kulide ku Zambia. Nangu ku Zambia batatelo ba mwenefe na kula utuma bere so bali nteka panchina ba mayo. Wakula nomba, if you watch ita, nga wachite, if you kuchua imita ilo, nga wa imita life yobe, what do you want to have a future? You know, educate these children. Not from nowhere, mambo kula foreshe mpia. Uwa imita atikapoke mpia, no. We can do better, honestly, we can do better. All this money they are pumping in to pay small children for getting pregnant, they can start a youth family services and after schools program where kids can go and spend time. This free education is a sham. How can you introduce free education from there? What are you doing? Sense. I'm American, but I'm Zambian. Nakulile mu Zambia. Sex education. My parents taught me sex education. Takwali sex education in nale kula muma Zambian schools takwali. But aba fiashi bandi eba mfundire sex education. Na nifya mu grade 5 fidaba mwana fyo tuma bere bambo kula njeba. Ayama bere okwetenga wachitefu chikabe ukemita. So all of us parents, we need to do it. We need to have programs of sex education in our schools, but in our families too, we need to start educating. So this whole money they are pumping, yukula ibana mutale na lumango imwe, nga mwari kwetefu mu grade 6, nga mwa prime minister. You are supposed to advocate programs to prevent childhood pregnancies, not a program which is promoting childhood pregnancies, and then from there you later free education. Free education where you are promoting young girls to be pregnant by paying them money. It is a shame. And I end here. I'll read the comments. And this is not a political subject. This is a national subject, social issue, where we are looking to say 20 years from now, what will our girl child be? Abana besoba kashana bakala chitashan. Ni monama comments mambina mfumsenda kale muma politics. Zambia takudi oko ikalaya. Even when you bring a topic which is involving the well-being of our children, you start politicizing it. It is the future of our girl child, you know. It is the future of our girl child. We have to protect our women so that they have a fair chance in life to participate in everything. That's why Lumango, if she was pregnant in grade 5 or grade 6, would she have been a vice president of Zambia today? Or any other woman like myself? If I got pregnant in grade 5 or grade 6, would I be here today? Look at your children. What did you know about sex when you were 12 years old? Or 14 years old? What did you know about sex? Nothing. Because we were protected. Myself, I was protected. That's why I didn't even want it. Because why my parents protected me. We don't want to be promoting our minor children to be sexually active in an environment where we have so many social diseases. It is a shame, really. It is really a shame. And bring more light to why this government decided to do this. It's like destroying the whole female generation. Is this a program UPND to reduce women to just cooking in the kitchen and be childbearing? Because they could do better. They can start educating our children to abstain from sex and have other programs. The money they are spending is a lot of money. But even though is it 400 a month? What is 400? It's nothing. It's peanuts. It's dangling a carrot. They are giving them, I think, 400 a month. What is the Sakaria? What is 400? It is nothing. 400 is nothing. But if you give it to a villager, they might think it is something. But it is nothing. Usakaria bunga nishing. It can't even take care of your groceries. Ngama baby food. Maternity food. It's just, I don't know, guys. This is not a... Stop thinking beyond politics. Let us think, let us be realistic and think the best for our girl child. What kind of girl children are we going to have 10 years from now? So, thanks for watching. I'll be on TikTok. If you want to join the conversation, TikTok mukulanda. Kaipa Facebook, but they somehow body to same pin. Nobody can join the discussion. Okay, guys, thank you. God bless.